Hi, it's Dennis Daly. I grew up in southern Indiana and for nearly 10 years worked in the Wabash River city of Vincennes. I was intrigued by the fact that Vincennes was a very old city. You look at some maps of North America from the early 1700s and Vincennes is about the only thing out there. It was a fur trading location positioned on the Wabash River because rivers were the highways of the time. But the beautiful Wabash, now framed by the Abraham Lincoln Bridge, sometimes can become the city's worst enemy during flooding. And that flooding covered much of the low parts of the city until the city put up its first flood wall. And this is the old, shorter flood wall along Oliphant Drive. It's now open to allow traffic to pass through because it's not holding the water back anymore. This is where Kelso Creek comes in from the Wabash, and you can see the creek bridge. Oliphant Drive is completely underwater. When it became necessary to build a higher flood wall, they went a little bit farther to the west. And here, if we go down Oliphant Drive, you'll see the doorway in that flood wall. And that is where the door panels are put in to protect the city. You see the sandbags at the bottom holding out the water. And there are people who live just outside the flood wall whose houses are protected, and their property too, because of the fact that higher flood wall was installed. And those doors are able to be put into the flood wall to keep back the waters of the Wabash River.
The reason the E.J. Phillips family does not have water up around its yard is because of what is across the street. This is the flood wall, and this is an opening in the flood wall that a street normally goes through to get down to Kimmel Park and the boathouse. And those are the prefabricated panels that have been put in to close it off. Neat the way the panels are constructed. There are holes in the ground already made, covered up usually. The panels are numbered and lettered so they can go together. But let me quickly show you upstream. There's the Lincoln Bridge leading into Vincennes. There's the George Rogers Clark Memorial.
And since that footage was shot more than 2 decades ago, there have been some tremendous floods in the Wabash River Valley. Luckily, for the most part, the flood walls have worked. Just imagine what modern-day Vincennes would be like had there been no flood walls at all during those floods. I'm Dennis Daly.